Welcome to Provitalks, where nature and science blend to inspire you. Discover the latest in technology, sustainability, and trends in the cosmetics world, thanks to Provital. Let's care together for our industry's commitment to the people and the planet. Provital. Do care.
Welcome to Provitalks. In this third edition, we are going to dive into the future of cosmetic regulations and certifications, concepts that we thoroughly defined and explained in our two previous editions here at Provitalks. To properly speak from the perspective of one of the most confusing parts of our industry, we once again count on our renowned expert in cosmetics regulation and member of the Spanish Society of Chemical Cosmetics, Lourdes Maldonado. Lourdes, welcome back and thank you again for your time. You have already enlightened us before with your wisdom and know-how regarding the existing natural cosmetics regulations, but now we would like to squeeze your knowledge and experience in this sector a little more and go a bit further on this. Because we know that we are living in the age of honesty and transparency. We see it reflected in the demand for naturalness and in the consequent appearance of all these accreditations related to natural cosmetics. But how can a cosmetic company appeal to its honesty and transparency in addition to certifying its ingredients or products? Is there any regulated recognition to measure, for example, the ethics or good practices of a company in this sector?
Yes. In previous Provitalk, we are talking about certification for ingredients and for products. But now we can talk also about general certifications for the companies. When a company starts to work in the philosophy of natural, of cleaning, beauty, or vegan, it's clear that all the procedures of the company has to be adapted to this kind of philosophy. So the general company is taking the work of the ethical and honesty procedures in order to achieve this certification. So it is also possible to certify the whole company in order to recognize the general policies of the company and the compromise of the enterprise with the ethical and consume and honesty way of produce. For example, one of the certifications used in this way is the EcoVadis certification that recognizes several levels of in the company regarding the sustainability procedures of the company. Other example is the UEBT organization. This UEBT is an organization that recognizes the ethical procedures in the commerce, not only for cosmetics, but for other for foods and other kind of uses. And when a company becomes member of UEBT, this is is a way of recognize the ethical policy of the company. At the end, we can also talk about international regulation between the field of ABS regulation, for example, Nagoya Protocol. Nagoya Protocol is an international law that appears in 2013 and recognizes the ethical sourcing of natural ingredients, not only in cosmetics, but for any use of natural resources. Nagoya Protocol recognizes the countries that sources natural ingredients, recognize that those countries have rights over their resources. So, according to Nagoya, it must be obtained a permit in order to use animal and vegetal and natural resources, and also is asking for a benefit sharing of the use of the natural resources. So it's a way to recognize that the owners of the natural resources have a right over their resources.
Thank you, Lourdes. It is so interesting to see the path this industry is taking towards a broad sustainability that includes ethics and good practices. We would definitely like to know your personal opinion regarding the future of cosmetics regulations and certifications. Given the line that has been followed so far, how do you think they will evolve?
I think that all this kind of work and definition that has entered in cosmetics in last year are not a temporary concepts and a temporary way to sell the cosmetics. I think that all this kind of work will be rest in the companies, because it's a way of procedure that has started and has to incorporate in the philosophy of the companies, and is a way of work that will be rest in the companies. This kind of certifications that has appeared in a lot on several ways, I think that in the future would be concentrate, because up to today there is a lot of certification that creates a confusion in the consumer of cosmetics, because they have to use between a lot of certification and some information in the labels that consumers are not understand. So in the future, I think that will be a concentration of the different certification, and there is more clear rules and more clear definition in order to help the consumer to choose between the different options and to choose the more appropriate cosmetic according to their philosophy.
Thank you very much, Lourdes, for sharing your professional and even your personal opinion. We greatly appreciate your time and your knowledge during these last 3 Provitalks. We hope we have provided valuable information for you, our listener, with these 3 Provitalks dedicated especially to the world behind cosmetics regulation, from the hand of Lourdes Maldonado.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Provitalks. We hope you got some source of inspiration to create and spread your own kind of beauty. For further information, subscribe to our podcast or visit our website at weareprovital.com. Provital. Do care.